I think we became friends online before real life, and it was through Facebook.
No, I made. Okay, no.
No, I featured for you,
Cap,
but you didn't remember. You didn't remember that. Then we became.
Do you want
friends
to? Can I tell the story? Because it made me.
Yeah. What's your first memory of Nick? I'd love to hear it.
I featured for him, and I had a sore the size of a dime on my.
Well, let me describe it. Okay, so that's because so we were hanging out. So we would hang out. So it was funny and shit. We were hanging out in Austin, and
but you didn't. You didn't remember that because I when we became friends in New York.
I did not. I didn't realize Nicole Mullen was here.
Yeah.
So hey, I got lots of features. I bet.
Sure.
But we were.
I was assigned by the club because I had a car. That's the reason I could feature.
Yeah,
that's why he featured.
Yeah, Austin featured.
So we were like drinking some bar. He was making me fucking die because we just stay in the corner, and he's making fun of the people in the bar, right?
Yeah.
It's funny as shit. And then we go to get food, and he goes, "Yeah, so." He goes, "Yeah, so I think I might have like syphilis. So I'm just gonna like not get tested."
It's not that I wasn't going to get tested. Here's the problem. I didn't have a doctor. And so I had to go right after that weekend. I had to do a weekend in Skyline. So I had this fucking sore that kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
What did it end up being?
I think it was like folliculitis or something.
Folliculitis. I had that.
Yeah, something like that.
Ingrown.
After I
it
met
was an
you.
ingrown hair that basically got like really bad. But
It's staph infection gets in your dick.
And so I had to go to, like, it kept getting worse and worse. And then that weekend, I'm like, I don't know what to do. And it might have been, I had to go to do Skyline the weekend after. And so I went to a Planned Parenthood because it's like that's where you go if you have something wrong with you. If you're a girl, or if you're a man, they tell you to fuck off. So I sat there in the waiting room, and I'm like really worried about like what this thing is going on. I fill out this form. The lady behind like the bulletproof glass they have there for whatever reason, she's like, I'm across the room, and she goes, "Nick," and I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Okay, so you got symptoms?"
You're supposed to.
So she just screams
in the lobby.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah. And then she goes, "Well, you're going to have to go see a doctor then because we can't, if you got symptoms, then we can't do nothing for you." And I'm like, "You're going to have to make an appointment to see like an actual doctor."
Boy, you can imagine if that happened now, they
you're
would
fuck the
fucking
Planned
make your penis
Parenthood.
into a vagina
And
for
then,
you.
then I stop this and I go up. I'm like, okay, because you can just go in and get tested, but if you have symptoms that like a physician at the Planned Parenthood needs to see, I guess,
sure.
then you would have to make an appointment. So I'm like, well, I got to fly out of town on Thursday, and they were like, well, we don't have an appointment until Friday or Monday at the earliest. So I had to go to Skyline. And I did the weekend at Skyline, and this whole thing's getting worse and worse the entire time. I asked my mom what to do. She told me to put oil of oregano on it. So I'm like sitting in the bathroom, like I'm just putting like pizza toppings on this fucking wound, just crying because it's excruciating.
Yeah, it doesn't sound.
And then I just like bombed all weekend, and I couldn't get
hurt?
Yeah, and I couldn't get a flight back. The cheapest flight back was like on a Tuesday, so I had to stay in the comedy condo. Like the guy that owns the place, I forget his name. He let me stay in the comedy condo.
Dennis Miller's brother, I think, owned it.
No. That was who owned Cap City. I'm talking Skyline in Appleton, Wisconsin.
Oh God, to be in Wisconsin.
Yeah, and then 2 days in that room, crying, putting oil of oregano on this wound, just watching Iron Giant in bed.
This is before I met you or after?
That was that
next
week.
weekend, yeah.
Because it was the weekend.
Okay.
I featured for you, and then the weekend after that was when I went to Skyline. But then eventually it went away, and then I got tested after that, and there's no syphilis or anything. But yeah, I had another doctor say like, yeah, you have like. Basically, the problem is I don't clean myself. So I was like, yeah.
You know, you were more obese
got a
then.
nasty
Now
idea.
It was like
you're more in shape.
it was like how like a dog gets hot spots. I kept chewing on my penis in the same area.
So when he's telling me this thing, he might have syphilis, and I was like, and I, you know, I don't know how much older I am, but I was like, yeah, dude, just trust me, get the test, because I went there that whole thing of like I caned. I remember like a while ago, my ex was like, oh, I know I have AIDS. By the way, you don't have it. I asked my ex to go with me, one of my exes, and to like, cause I was that freaked out. And she, meanwhile, knows she doesn't have fucking AIDS, so it was not a good idea because she's all cheerful in the elevator.
Yeah.
At the clinic, and she was fucking singing Madonna songs in the elevator as we're going up to the AIDS test.
Like a virgin?
No, she was all, but I was just like, it's not. There's like other people. I'm like, dude, you know, some of these people probably got AIDS to these songs you're singing.
Yeah, right.
So it's not.